Like Bob Odenkirk before him, I'm not quite sure that Jason Statham has the star power to coax more moviegoers back to the theater. But also like Bob Odenkirk, he's got himself a real nice movie here that I think should eventually also find an audience, even if it's a little down the line. Nobody, because it's from Universal, was available just 17 days after release at home, but I think it's going to take a little longer for you to be able to get Wrath of Man. But make a note, because you should watch this thing, because I couldn't believe how good it was. My expectations were like super low. When this took Black Widow's spot, I was like, okay, sure. But now I'm like, hey, this is a neat little movie. I think a slick, neat, nifty little picture that I think could maybe do some real damage here. We'll see well, it's Mother's Day, so we'll see on Monday on Movie Math. But I really enjoyed it. But there are just a few little weird things about it. So let's go over those first before we talk about how good it is. And don't worry, no spoilers. This movie has so many surprises in it. Don't get them spoiled for you. That was a lot of the fun, being like, wow, the way this unfolds is incredible. So it's a remake, actually, of a 2004 French film. So if you've seen that, you're fresh out of luck. You know all the twists. But anyway, this also feels like a foreign film. Even though everyone's speaking English and it stars a number of American actors and it was partially shot in LA. Well, the thing is, and this is what I suspect the reasoning is for it feeling like a foreign film still, is that the other part of the film, and I believe most of it, was shot in London, doubling for the United States. And a number of the actors are Brits playing Americans. And while usually British actors are infamously taking American roles, American characters, right? We always like to tease about that. Batman and Superman have been British actors. Guy Ritchie, in some cases, found the only British actors who can't do a good American accent. And so that's why I think maybe in some places, you're like, this doesn't feel right. So, I mean, you get used to it, but at the beginning, you're like, this feels weird. At some points, I even kind of felt like it was dubbed, which of course it wasn't, but it was weird. But otherwise, this is a great movie once you get past that stuff. So one of the things is that it has to get going. It has to get its momentum going. Although you'll realize at the end of the movie that every moment was used to set up an amazing third act. But yeah, there are a lot of tricks that are, I'd say maybe after the first 20 minutes, that's when things start to pick up. And things really start to move fast. And that's what really captivated me. I mean, usually when I watch some of these screeners at home, you know how it is watching movies at home during the pandemic. Sometimes you get a little distracted by life. This is one of those movies where I was able to watch it all the way through like a movie, like seeing it in the theaters, because I just thought it was really, really good. So avoid spoilers. I have that in my notes here. Go into the film cold if you can. And then the third act, as I said, everything falls into place perfectly that was set up for the rest of the movie. And it's a pure adrenaline rush. The sound design is fantastic. The directing, the music, all the acting, it just was really, really, as I said, a slick, nifty little action movie. And Jason Statham is, of course, front and center, doing what Jason Statham does best. Not only does he do a very good job with the action sequences, as you would expect, but he's asked to do some dramatic things, have a couple of moments here and there. And I think that he pulled them off. So kudos to Jason Statham. Yes, he's a lean, mean action movie machine. And how would you like to be a lean, mean cooking machine? Well, you can with America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh. Everything you need is delivered right to your door for healthy, fresh meals that you can cook in just around 30 minutes with fun, easy-to-follow instructions. And they've done the math even. HelloFresh is 28% cheaper than shopping at most grocery stores and 72% cheaper than eating at most restaurants. Yet look, you're still getting restaurant-quality food that you can be so proud you made yourselves. Hello, Instagram account, right? Take pictures of that stuff. Snap some pics. The most recent meals that I've really enjoyed are garden mushroom stuffed ravioli. That one just takes 15 minutes. That's good sometimes when I end up working late and don't have a lot of time to make dinner. Southwestern shrimp tacos. I love shrimp. And then the paprika chicken and lemony sauce was very good, particularly that pistachio rice. It's very, very tasty. So here's a deal for you. Go to HelloFresh.com/BTT12 and use code BTT12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. Again, that's go to HelloFresh.com/BTT12 and use code BTT12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping, and there's a link down below that you can click on right now. Now, back to Wrath of Man. While Jason Statham is, of course, the star, there's actually a lot of talent on display here, both new faces and faces that you will be so happy to see, as I was. For instance, it's great to see Holt McElhenney. He doesn't work enough for me even to know how to pronounce his name. But I know that guy. Hey, that's that guy from Mindhunter. And I'm so glad I can say that yet again in something that isn't Mindhunter. There's rumors that they might make a third season of that show. Then Josh Hartnett shows up, and he hasn't aged a day. And he was actually quite good here. At first, I thought he was going to do a bad job, but by the end of the movie, I thought he did a great job. Andy Garcia, Eddie Marsan, Rob Delaney, who's British, by the way. So is Eddie Marsan. Raul Castillo and Jason Wong, also British. Jason Wong is, all make an impression in smaller roles, while Daryl De Silva, also British. I never would have, I don't know, maybe you can guess he's British, but he's playing an American here. And then Americans Jeffrey Donovan and, believe it or not, Scott Eastwood are excellent in larger roles. Scott Eastwood goes a little off the rails towards the end because he's not a great actor, but Guy Ritchie cast him very well here. Also, Laz Alonso plays a bad guy. Don't worry, it's not a spoiler. He shows up in the second half of the movie. And after watching, the reason I'm sharing it here is that I'm a fan of The Boys, as I know many of you are, and of course there Laz Alonso plays one of the good guys. So my brain could not compute him being a bad guy in this movie. I was like, in a minute, he's gonna turn. He's gonna be a good guy. He's gonna help save the day. So, but kudos to him. He did a good job as usual. So again, Wrath of Man is a great little action movie that I think is thrilling enough to see on the big screen when it hits theaters this Friday if you're ready. If you're not ready, well then again, make sure you make a note so that you don't miss it down the line when it does become available to watch at home. So share your own thoughts down below. Don't ruin it. Don't put any spoilers down below. Please subscribe today. And of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.